The White House has said that Donald Trump is not abandoning efforts to pursue peace in Ukraine, pushing back against claims that he has disengaged from the war. The White House press secretary, Carolyn Levitt, stated that she was not tracking any scheduled calls with Russian or Ukrainian leaders at this point. However, she mentioned that Trump remains committed to exploring diplomatic solutions to end the war.
I'm not tracking any scheduled calls at this point in time. However, the president remains deeply involved, and of course he's being apprised by his advisors, namely Jared Kushner and Special Envoy Witkoff, on these talks. They had a multilateral meeting this past weekend, which didn't get a ton of coverage, but that was historic in nature, where the president's team has really brought two sides of this war to the table together to move the ball closer towards peace.
The Kremlin has said that it's too early to draw any conclusions on the trilateral talks. Statement comes days after the first round of these talks that concluded in Abu Dhabi without a peace deal.
It's not a time to draw conclusions, even preliminary ones. This is only the beginning of the work. We are talking about the work at the expert level, and it will continue. It would not be appropriate to discuss various aspects of this work in a fragmented way and in public.
Zelensky has called for negotiating teams to meet before Sunday, pressing for momentum in diplomatic efforts as the war escalates. Next round of talks is scheduled to take place on 1st of February.
За довгий час був знову формат з американцями та
For the first time in a long while, there was again a format involving the Americans and the Russians. They managed to discuss a range of primarily military issues, those concerning steps toward ending the war and real control and monitoring. There are issues that need to be prepared for the next meeting.
зустрінуться ще раз в неділю.
Germany's foreign minister hit out at Russia, saying that it is testing resilience and resolve of Europe and its allies every day, further accusing Moscow of using hybrid tactics to undermine European security. And that includes damaging undersea cables, disrupting GPS signals, spreading disinformation, and operating a shadow fleet in the Baltic Sea region. In more developments, Hungarian Prime Minister has said that Budapest will summon Ukraine's ambassador, accusing Kiev of meddling in Hungary's elections. Orbán, who has kept close ties with Moscow, has repeatedly rejected European Union aid for Ukraine.